Hello everyone, how you guys doing? Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day, and today we are here with a crawling hands guide for old school RuneScape in my endless adventure to make as many Slayer and boss and just guides as possible. So hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, make sure to leave a like. No guides will go unmade, even the earliest of Slayer guides, I do not care. So if you enjoy that, make sure to leave a like. Also, any links you want to support me at can check me out down below in the description. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into the guide. To start, should you kill crawling hands? In my opinion, you should. They're a quick task, and early on in Slayer, essentially if it's quick or even decent XP, you should go ahead and do it. At least it's not a bad task, and I wouldn't say that this is a bad task, so well worth your time. The only requirement to kill these is 5 Slayer. If you have that, everything else is going to be a breeze. You will need Priest and Peril to be able to access the Moritania area, but I mean, if you have this task or if you're going to do these, you obviously have that done. In regards to the stats of crawling hands, essentially they're weak to everything, so you can bring whatever you'd like. I'll have some setups here in a second. For their attack style, it is melee based, and their max hit is a 1, so absolutely nothing to worry about as far as defense goes. For the melee options here up on screen, we have 3 different ones that you could go with, on the left hand side being the lower level setup, and on the right hand side being the more mid level setup. Of course you could bring better stuff, but if you know anything better than these setups, then you know what to do. With the gear here, nothing special going on, just looking for scimitars since those are the best for DPS. On top of that, some added bonuses with the likes of the strength aiming, glories, combat bracelets, and then beside that, just a little bit of defense because you really have no other alternative. You can't add strength bonus at this low of level. And then for the range options here on the left hand side, a really low level setup with the snakeskin and the mithril darts. And on the right hand side, definitely more of a med level setup, but you can for sure downgrade from that. Those are just some examples of what's going to be at that next tier. For the crawling hand Slayer task, we will be heading to the Slayer Tower in Moritania. The best way to get there is through the Slayer Ring. However, you need to unlock this through Slayer along with having 75 crafting to be able to make these, so pretty difficult. Second best way is the CKS Fairy Ring teleport. The third is a Salve Graveyard teleport, which you can purchase from the Grand Exchange, so that's pretty accessible to most people. Fourth is the Carl teleport. This can be used through Ancient Magics or by having a house teleport within your house or someone else's. Again, you could buy this from the Grand Exchange as well, but if you're going to buy that, you may as well just buy the Salve. Frankenstrain Telly, you could also use this through the Arceus spellbook, or you could purchase through the Grand Exchange. Then 2 other methods of getting here that are further away but also very useful: the Ectophile, which can be accessed after Ghost Ahoy, and charter ships, which you can enter through any other charter location. The trip to Port Phasmatis will cost quite a bit, between 1 to 5k, so you can calculate it yourself depending on where you're coming from, or you can just bring 5k and you'll be good to go. But with all that information out there, let's go ahead and get there. Personally, again, I'll be using the Slayer Ring right here, going on over to the Moritania Slayer Tower. In my inventory, you'll notice that there isn't too much of note, just some super strengths and attacks along with the Dragon Dagger. Just a nice little special attack weapon that I can also throw into use. And honestly, once you're in here, I mean, there are crawling hands literally everywhere on this first floor, so just run around, do your worst. Typically, I often will go back here to the north side just because I think there's a lot of spawns in there. It's pretty open, so I tend to prefer it. As you can see here, I'm running around killing them pretty easily. Of course, I am close to a max account, so that's going to come naturally for me. But for most people, I think that this is even going to be an alright task at those low levels because they don't have necessarily too low of HP, you know, between 15 to 20 HP essentially offers a decent bit of attacking. It's not going to be AFK by any means. They're not going to be aggressive and attack you. You'll have to run around and attack them, which can add to the time. But overall, when something has this low of defense and isn't going to do any damage to you, it's basically free points along with free XP with whatever you're getting on the task. But that is essentially it for crawling hands. There's not a whole lot to learn, but hopefully you guys did enjoy the guide. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Anything you want to let me know, would love to hear it in a comment down below. And on top of that, if you want to see more videos like this as soon as I go live, make sure to subscribe. And with that said, hopefully you have a wonderful day, and peace.